Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of
Virginia.
I just wanted to give a big shout out and a big kudos, Jazakallah khair, to my small group of Patreon followers. There's not a lot of you guys, but mashallah, every single penny that you've given to this channel, mashallah, has gone into the editors, into the equipment for us to, mashallah, make these videos. And if there's more of you that want to join and get the reward of this small body of work, I'll put the link in the pinned comment below.
Oh, thank you.
A strategy that has been used by our leaders is, in order to sell a war or to oppress a group of people for natural resources or whatever reason, is first you have to dehumanize them. We saw this when it came to Afghanistan. Words like ragheads and look at those uncivilized people. We saw it when it came to the native Indians. We saw it when it came to the Africans as well. Oh yes, we have to go then. We have to civilize them. Yeah, look at them. They're not wearing clothes. So we're going to go and we're going to civilize them because, you know what I'm saying, like, we're the civil people. We saw it with a certain virus that was going around. Because of that, the Chinese were stigmatized. And now we're seeing that with Russia because of that whole East versus West thing going on. And of course Iran as well. With the amount of sanctions that have been put on Iran, the only way for us to legitimize that is by constantly pointing fingers. Look at these extreme people, yeah? Look at what they're doing. And an example that this is being fed to the public as well is, as you know, the Qatar World Cup is going on, and a couple of days ago Iran was playing. During the match analysis, a ex-German footballer, and now he's the FIFA technical study group as well, Jürgen Klinsmann, he said,
we had a lot of little incidents that we did not even see out here. This is their culture, and they kind of make you lose your focus, they make you lose your concentration and what's really important to you.
And this went unchallenged by the other BBC staff that was there as well. In their culture, firstly, to homogenize any community is wrong, it's discrimination, it's prejudicial. We're seeing this being done quite often now. Like I said, it's a form of dehumanization. Yeah, it's them. They do this. It's their culture, meaning it's something that's lower. Our culture is something higher. That's number one, the cultural difference. And number two, it's us versus them. This went, of course, unchallenged. But a few days before, a BBC reporter was asking, I think it was the player and or the coach, about the protests that were taking place in Iran. And the coach said,
asking an Iranian player about his own
country.
Don't
ask it to the other coaches? Why don't ask okay, to that? What do you think about England and the United States that left Afghanistan and all the women's about?
And that was a fair point. Yeah, how comes the other coaches aren't being asked about Afghanistan, aren't being asked about Syria, aren't being asked about Iraq? So my people, this is something that should be concerning and should be countered. It shouldn't be, oh, that's them and that's their problem and their country, because look how many countries I've mentioned, yeah, that have been otherized, demonized, dehumanized and then attacked. Remember, I've said it before, hate does not discriminate. Hate does not discriminate. Today it's another country, then it's going to be another country, and eventually it's going to be your country, your people, and you. And when you look around to see who's left to defend you, there's gonna be no one left. And is it any wonder that, and I'll link this in the description as well, Mint Press News have done a nice little thread on Twitter, and is it any wonder why countries are now doing trade with China when that is a big slap in the face of the US? And these countries are getting bigger and bigger in number. You've got Brazil, Singapore, Vietnam, India, Germany, to name but a few. And the UK post World War II, when it stopped being a global leader, had to pick a side, and it picked the US. And if the US sinks, the UK is going to follow. So we need to be critical of these things because we want our country, the United Kingdom, to do well. We don't want it to fall in the same traps as the nations that have come before that haven't done well, because the people here are wonderful. And this country has so much potential, but unfortunately and sadly, it's being pulled into a lot of losing battles that the United States is in. Let's leave it there, guys. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.